Hello and welcome to Siddhi. We have successfully analyzed the Eduquity pattern with respect to maths, English and reasoning. Let us start talking about GS. At this moment, I would like to tell you that the day we started Siddhi, we started emphasizing the learning of GS based on conceptual understanding and NCRTs rather than rote learning method. This advice stands its ground even today. I have emphasized on the same thing when I analyzed the JSA LDC papers, the first of its kind of Eduquity papers conducted in SSC exams. As the following, chronological order, multiple statement types of questions. ఈ 3 types of questions మనం changes డెఫినెట్లీ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఖచ్చితంగా అబ్సర్డ్ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ ఉండవు. TCS లాగా ఎక్కడి నుంచో తవ్వకాల నుంచి తెచ్చి తీసుకొచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్స్ అయితే అడగట్లేదు. స్కీమ్ పర్పస్ ఏంటి, ఏ మినిస్ట్రీకి ఉంది, ఇలాంటివి ఖచ్చితంగా ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. స్పోర్ట్స్ పైన ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రతి పేపర్లో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉండడానికి చాలా స్కోప్ ఉంది. హిస్టరీలో నేను చేస్తున్న బోల్డ్ గెస్ ఏంటి అంటే ఇయర్ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కంటే థిమాటిక్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ అండ్ థిమాటిక్ అనాలిసిస్ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఖచ్చితంగా కనిపిస్తాయి. మై ప్రైమరీ ఒపీనియన్ ఆన్ సీయింగ్ దిస్ పేపర్ ఇస్ నాకు ఈ పేపర్ 2014, 15, 16 పీరియడ్స్ నాటి UPSC prelims paper laga అనిపించింది. This clip proves the same. And today let us start analyzing the TCS versus Eduquity in the latest pattern based on the latest examinations. But before I start that, let me tell you, the critical reasoning and the emotional intelligence class that we have discussed is scheduled on 2nd of August at 10:30 AM on this very channel. I hope I see you all live on this day. Let us start discussing about TCS versus Eduquity. Everyone knows when TCS was conducting these papers, there were one-liner questions. Static GK questions were very horrible. No one knows where these questions were being asked from, and there was a lot of repetition of PYQs with respect to GK. Now today, in the new pattern, there are no one-liner questions, or at least there are very less one-liner questions. Very few questions are being asked on static GK, and the importance of PYQs has drastically come down. So now the question that comes is GS really hard, and what are the changes that are there, and what are the adaptations that we need to do? Let us discuss about it. The primary changes is that the one-liners have changed into multi-statement questions, chronological order questions, match the following questions, and few one-liners, that is around 3 to 4 per paper. But the question that comes again is, does this make GS paper really hard? And the objective answer is no. The problem that we are facing in GS is not because of the difficulty. If you know the subject and if you are good at the concept, this is not a problem at all. Multi-statement questions, chronological questions are easy provided you know the elimination techniques. The same kind of questions were asked in UPSC examinations since ages, and people have successfully implemented those elimination techniques in these multi-statement questions. So I can confidently say the need of the hour is understanding of the subject and the concept, and a minor learning of how to handle multi-statement questions, and that is all. Now let us look at the new strategy. The current strategy is crystal clear. It is that we need more concept rather than PYQ based rote learning. PYQs are only to test our knowledge. But the point is, for those who are preparing for CGL 2025, you have very less time and there is a lot of syllabus. So for those who are preparing for CGL 2025, your strategy is that you need to focus on the core areas of all the subjects together rather than learning all the subjects. And if you are a beginner and you are preparing for CGL 2026, at this moment, build your foundation and you wait for the key of phase 13 and CGL exams. Once key is completed and key is out, you can get a clear understanding about the breadth and the depth of the question paper, and then you can start your preparation. But this is not the right time to enroll in any of the courses, because everyone has to adapt to the new pattern and everyone has to revisit their content. Now with respect to the focus areas and the expected weightage, this weightage is based on the inputs received from various candidates who appeared for the selection phase examinations. The weightage is that there are more questions on economy, followed by ancient, medieval and modern history. With respect to history, there is a slight paradox. In the JSA paper that I mentioned earlier, there were no questions on ancient and medieval history. All the questions were on modern history only. And in these phase papers, most of the questions are from ancient and medieval history. So the point that we have to take home is ancient, medieval, modern history, all these three are equally important, and along with this, a new topic has gained prominence, that is art and culture. In art and culture, the schools of art, that is Mathura, Gandhar and Amravati schools of art, various temple architectures are very important at this moment. Along with this, government schemes from 2014 to 2025 based on various ministries are extremely important, and after that focus on polity, and in polity articles, amendments, some famous cases and core concepts such as president, parliament, various constitutional bodies, rights, writs and all these kind of core concepts of polity are important. And along with this, focus on sports and census. Based on inputs received till now, the weightage of science has come down, but don't ignore it. Focus on the applied science and applied biology. So this is the pattern and the analysis. Now the biggest elephant in the room is the role of current affairs. With respect to current affairs, two different feedbacks are heard. One feedback says that in some of the shifts, especially with respect to graduate papers, the timeline on which they are asking current affairs is last 6 months. But in some papers, especially in the 10th, 12th papers and 50% of the graduate shifts, the current affairs have an expanded coverage. There are questions from 2021, 2022, 23, 24. So the advice at this moment is drop it. Forget current affairs at this moment. Don't run behind them. It is not necessary at all. The reason why I am saying this is, in this scenario, in this year, the weightage of GS or the prominence of GS will definitely come down. Because all the other three shifts are difficult, it becomes almost impossible for anyone to score 150 out of 150, or for that matter 140 out of 150 in those three sections. In the earlier days, when people were scoring 140 out of 150 in those sections, then every half mark of GS mattered. But today, the cumulative score of all the subjects together is important. So at this moment, focus on the low-hanging fruits of all these subjects rather than running behind the difficult ones of each individual subject. So that's my suggestion with respect to current affairs. And now with respect to focus areas, I have listed all the focus areas of various subjects, and this PDF will be available in our Telegram channel, that is Siddhi SSC RRB. You can download this PDF from our Telegram channel, and the link of the channel is provided in the description. Now the practical strategy is that 1. Focus on the core areas. 2. Learn how to handle multi-statement questions by saving time. See, the real problem with this pattern is that the questions are doable. Instead of 60 minutes, people want 75 to 80 minutes. So the main thing that we need to learn here is handling these questions in time. So learn how to handle multi-statement questions in time by utilizing both the statements and the options together and using good elimination techniques. And along with that, keep a realistic aim. When I say realistic, this aim is relevant for this year. Keep a realistic aim of handling around 10 to 12 questions in this section and scoring around 25 marks, and aim for 100 to 105 marks in the other three sections together. This is a doable strategy, and once you do this, you can definitely sail this tier 1, and the rest can be managed between tier 1 and tier 2. So this is the whole story, and from Siddhi's side, we are giving enough support for GS. We have taken up a playlist on ancient history classes, and then I have taken a couple of Eduquity pattern classes followed by geography marathon. I have also taken a marathon on microeconomics and a marathon on macroeconomics, and these marathons and classes have proven their credibility. There are so many students who attended a marathon class previous day, went for the examination, came back and gave a feedback that the topics that we have discussed in these classes were seen in the question papers. So this is the support that we are giving you, and in future our plan is to take up classes on schemes, census and critical reasoning. If there are any other topics that you want notes or a specific focus, if you can tell me in the comment section, based on the schedule and the importance of the topics, we will plan the classes. So this is a whole plan with respect to GS. Apply a smart strategy and focus only on the core areas at this moment and brace yourself for the change. And as I told you, be realistic and plan for 20 to 25 in this section. You can definitely handle this paper. All the best.